If our solar system really has only 8 planets, just like we've always been taught, then what was that thing that just flew past the screen? Welcome to Enigma Files. We all know there are 8 planets in the solar system. That's basic astronomy. But what if I told you there might actually be another one that's been hiding in plain sight this whole time? According to the latest astronomical research, there's evidence suggesting that a mysterious planet, even bigger than Earth, could be lurking in our solar system. Yet, for some reason, we can't see it. How is that possible? What secrets does this hidden world hold? Let's dive deep and uncover the mystery of this elusive planet. This isn't just speculation, it's based on careful astronomical studies. So, how do we even know it exists? Although we can't see it, this mysterious planet appears to exert a significant gravitational pull on other objects in the solar system, subtly influencing their orbits. If it truly exists, it could completely upend our understanding of the solar system overnight. For a long time, astronomers believed that we had a thorough grasp of our own solar system. After all, it's the closest thing to us. We live in it. But the idea that such a massive planet has gone undetected for so long is mind-blowing. Even now, we can't say we fully confirmed its existence. However, multiple pieces of indirect evidence strongly suggest that it's out there, just invisible to us for some reason. And what's even more intriguing, some theories propose that this planet might harbor life. That's why many astronomers around the world are now on a relentless quest to find it. If we can't see it, then how do we even discover it? Well, to answer that, we need to go back in time, 180 years ago. That's where this story begins. Let's rewind the clock and uncover the mystery. In 1846, humanity discovered Neptune, the first planet ever predicted through mathematical calculations. Before the 18th century, our observational technology was too limited to directly spot Neptune. But by studying the orbit of Uranus, astronomers realized that something else had to be out there, tugging on its path. Sure enough, in 1846, Neptune was discovered. But then, something strange happened. When astronomers analyzed the orbits of both Uranus and Neptune, they noticed irregularities, indications that yet another unseen planet might be influencing them. This hypothetical planet was thought to be quite large, given its gravitational effect. Fast forward 80 years to 1930, when Pluto was discovered. The astronomy community was ecstatic. Another planet predicted through calculations had been found. However, their excitement quickly faded. Pluto turned out to be far too small to match the predicted mass of the mysterious planet. It was only 1/500th the mass of Earth, and just 1/6 the mass of our moon. The expected planet was supposed to be much larger. Due to the limitations of 20th century telescopes, no additional planets beyond Pluto could be detected. So, for decades, people accepted that the solar system had 9 planets. Then, in 2005, something groundbreaking happened. Michael Brown, a renowned astronomer from the California Institute of Technology, discovered an object far beyond Pluto. It wasn't just any small celestial body. It was slightly larger than Pluto itself, with greater mass. This object would later be named Eris. The name Eris comes from the Greek goddess of chaos, and for good reason. If Pluto was considered the 9th planet, then Eris should have been the 10th. But soon after, astronomers found several more Pluto-sized objects in the same distant region of the solar system. If these discoveries continued, the solar system would suddenly have an 11th planet, a 12th, a 13th, to bring order to this chaos. In 2006, the International Astronomical Union, IU, redefined the concept of a planet. A new category called dwarf planets was introduced, and both Pluto and Eris were placed in this category. This decision stabilized the definition of planets in the solar system, solidifying the 8-planet model. At the time, astronomers believed that no significantly large planets existed beyond Pluto. And to this day, the largest known object beyond Pluto is still Pluto itself. But what if they were wrong? What if, lurking in the darkness of the outer solar system, an enormous, undiscovered planet is waiting to be found? The search for Planet 9 continues. But then, something bizarre happened. No one expected that just 8 years later, in 2014, a groundbreaking discovery would shake the field of astronomy. 2 renowned American astronomers, Scott S. Shepard and Chad Trujillo, were observing the motion of celestial bodies in the Kuiper Belt when they noticed something strange. Some of the objects weren't following the nearly circular orbits they were supposed to. Instead, a few had highly elongated, elliptical orbits. It was as if at some unknown point in time, a massive celestial body had passed nearby, pulling these smaller objects out of their original paths and stretching their orbits into elongated shapes. And based on the degree of their deviation, the force acting upon them had to be enormous, far greater than that of Earth. This led them to an intriguing hypothesis. Could there be a gigantic, undiscovered planet lurking beyond the Kuiper Belt? Once this idea was put forth, the astronomy community was divided. Some scientists sought to disprove the existence of such a planet, while others set out to find evidence to support it. One of the most vocal skeptics was none other than Mike Brown, the same astronomer who played a key role in the discovery of Eris, the dwarf planet that led to Pluto's demotion from planetary status. Initially, Brown was convinced that these orbital irregularities had nothing to do with an undiscovered planet. However, as he delved deeper into the data, working alongside a young and talented astronomer named Konstantin Batygin, the results of their simulations told a different story. Their calculations suggested that there really could be a massive celestial body influencing these distant Kuiper Belt objects. According to their estimates, this hypothetical ninth planet would have a mass 5 to 10 times that of Earth, making it roughly 5,000 times more massive than Pluto. In 2016, Brown and Batygin published their findings, presenting what they considered to be strong indirect evidence for the existence of Planet 9. The astronomical world was thrown into an uproar. Why? Because if this ninth planet truly existed, it would mean that our current understanding of the solar system was fundamentally flawed. For decades, astronomers had refined their models to explain why our solar system ended up with exactly 8 major planets. Theories about how the solar system formed and evolved were built around this assumption. But if there was, in fact, a massive hidden planet out there, those models would need to be rewritten from scratch. This raised another pressing question. If Planet 9 is truly so large, why hasn't anyone seen it yet? As media outlets reported on the discovery, speculation ran wild. Some people proposed that this mysterious object might be deliberately hiding from detection. Others took the idea even further. What if it wasn't a natural planet at all? Could it be an artificial structure built by an advanced extraterrestrial civilization? So why haven't we been able to see this mysterious planet? There are several possible explanations. One, it's too far away. Based on initial calculations, the closest this object ever gets to the sun is about 30 billion kilometers, 0.003 light years, which is roughly 6 times the distance between Neptune and the sun. That's when it's at its closest. At its farthest, Planet 9 could be 180 billion kilometers away, about the distance light travels in a full week. Now, consider its possible size. It might even be slightly smaller than Neptune. That means detecting it will be incredibly difficult, comparable to trying to spot a fly from 30 kilometers away with a telescope. 2, it moves too slowly. If this planet were like a fly, then in theory, any movement should make it easy to detect. But here's the problem. Planet 9's orbital period is estimated to be between 10,000 and 20,000 years. That means it takes up to 2 full millennia to complete a single orbit around the sun. Its movement is so slow that, from our perspective, it appears almost stationary, blending into the background of the cosmos. 3, it might be near its farthest point. Since it follows an elliptical orbit, Planet 9 has a closest approach, perihelion, and a farthest point, aphelion, from the sun. If it happens to be near aphelion right now, then it would not only be at its greatest distance, but also moving the slowest, making it even harder to spot. 4, it's hiding among the stars. The planet's position relative to the Milky Way's galactic plane presents another challenge. It aligns with a dense field of stars, meaning that any light reflects could be drowned out by the bright background of distant suns. Since it does emit its own light, and it's extremely dim, it could be lurking within the gaps between stars, practically invisible to our current telescopes. Why finding Planet 9 is so important. Despite these challenges, astronomers are eager to locate Planet 9. If it exists, it could drastically change our understanding of the solar system. Even more intriguing is its physical composition, which could hint at whether it harbors life. Is it a gas giant? Current research suggests Planet 9 might be a gas planet, similar to Neptune or Uranus. How did it form? One theory suggests that it originally formed near Jupiter during the early days of the solar system. But because Jupiter is so massive, its strong gravitational pull could have flung Planet 9 outward, where it ended up in its current distant orbit. In fact, supercomputer simulations show that if Planet 9 didn't exist, our solar system might not have formed the way it did. This theory actually supports a more stable model of the solar system's evolution. Was it captured by the sun? Another possibility is that Planet 9 didn't form within the solar system at all. Instead, it could have been a rogue planet wandering through space until it got caught by the sun's gravity, becoming an adopted member of our planetary family. The most terrifying possibility, a black hole. But what if Planet 9 isn't a planet at all? Some scientists have suggested that it might actually be a primordial black hole, a microscopic black hole formed in the early universe. If that's the case, it would be unimaginably dense and could pose a terrifying risk to the solar system. A black hole of this size wouldn't swallow the solar system overnight, but its gravitational pull could gradually disrupt planetary orbits, potentially leading to chaotic consequences over millions of years. So, what do you think? Could Planet 9 be a hidden giant, a captured rogue world, or something even more mysterious? Perhaps a lurking black hole waiting in the shadows of our cosmic neighborhood?